Welcome back to Marwell Manor Farm for episode 11 with me, MrSealyp. That's right, people, we are back on Marwell Manor Farm. It seems like forever since I've been on here. If you're watching this series at a later date, maybe a few months from now, you've probably just bounced from episode to episode. There's been quite a gap between episode 10 and this episode, but the craziness continues. I've got loads to get done in this episode. First things first though, I need to do a bit of repair work on the Deutz. There hasn't been an update on this yet. There was talk when it first came out, because the engine noise was so loud, that someone had commented in my comments to say they knew the modder and they were going to go away, look at it and try and adjust it. The reason they increased the volume was because they wanted a more realistic sound in cab, but I think it then made it too loud out of cab. But anyway, yeah, so that's supposed to be sort of coming. We need to, let me think, right, where did we end up at the end of last episode? Over on our fields 13 and 14, the two grass fields, I was mowing them. Those have been windrowed and baled into grass bales. They need to be wrapped because I've got to do some silage bales. I have also, off screen, field 19, we're going to have a look at that in a minute. I've cut everything. I've recut field 19. I need loose hay to go into the hay loft, ready for when we get cows, plus I need some more silage bales off that field. So we'll take the Massey. We'll go a little bit further up the yards in the Massey. Saves me walking, doesn't it? You know. And what we will do is jump into the baked bean and we'll take that to field 15 because we've got to put oats in it. Field 15 has been cleared of all the straw bales that were on it, so the next 72 have gone off to Green Energy Solutions. So yeah, they've had way more, I think, than they thought they were going to get initially. They wanted them in 36s, and I think they thought they would just get 36 every now and again. But because these two fields produce so much, they've had quite a lot. It kind of made sense to do it all in one go. So all the bales have gone from here. It has been fertilised, and the good thing is, because this is a direct drill, unless I need to unfold it, that'd be a great idea. I've got it set on oats, and we are going to seed and fertilise at the same time, which will give us our fertilising state, our second fertilising state, and it does mean I don't need to cultivate because this is a direct drill. Yeah, I'm just trying to think, because it's been quite a while. Field 18 has got sugar beet in, and that's what, two big sugar beet contracts. That was correct, wasn't it? Field 13 and 14 that we bought all the way over there. I'm taking the grass off, then we're going to plough them out, or cultivate them out, or subsoil them, whatever, and we're going to put some crops in those. This one, I'm putting oats back in it because I need some more oats to complete the contract I had, and I've lost it on my sheet, but it doesn't matter. I had a little bit left to do. Plus I need some for Chad, don't I? That was it. I did all the other contracts. It was Chad that needed it. They wanted 50,000 litres, didn't they? Yeah, sorry. I know I seem a bit disjointed. It's been a mad couple of days. Right, let's turn it on and let's get on with it while my mind is still trying to process everything. Let's, there we go. Fantastic. Right, cruise control on. Let's get around to a few headlands, maybe 2 or 3 I think, and then I can set the worker off. I generally speaking on this field then come back every now and again because there's two or three telegraph poles in the middle of the field, so you have to kind of, they either miss them or when you get to them you just work around them. Hopefully we shouldn't have to refill too often, but seeding and fertilising at the same time, obviously it saves coming back later to re-fertilise. I know often if the seeder doesn't do it, I'm not fussed, I'll just get on with it. So yes, I've got some silage bales to do on field 13 and 14. They need to be wrapped, and I'm going to seed this field, plus we need to get our first 2 horses. That's in the paddock we put over on field 19, and I put the paddock there and didn't do anything with it. I've got to buy 2 horses for Farmer Foley. He's out near Newmarket and he wants a couple of race horses. So we're going to get a black horse and a Palomino, which kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone, because they're going to need exercising, which will also be part of... it was Stephen that contacted me about having a 6-horse stable and doing it as part of the B&B horse riding, you know, pony trekking, that kind of thing. Obviously, if I'm working towards race horses, it's not quite pony trekking, but they need exercising, so why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone? That's kind of the thought, you know. So what I'll do in this episode as well, we're going to whiz over to the livestock market and we're going to pick up a couple of horses, take them back, get them fed. I think I've got some oats left in storage, just not enough to fulfill a whole contract. We've got straw, we have got some hay bales, and I'm going to make some more hay. Like I say, I need to lease the tedder again, then we'll need to lease the windrower again, and then we can get that all either picked up with the loading wagon that we bought, or bale them, depending on what we're going to be doing. So yeah, like I say, loads going on. We've got plenty to do. The the potato harvester for Battersby Farms, that's field 3. That has been dropped off. That's over by field 4, I think, at the moment. So we're ready to do the harvest for Battersby Farms. It's their harvester, I'm just doing the job for them. They asked if I could help out with the harvest last time and I kind of missed it, so I said I would do this one for them. So I planted the potatoes for them, I fertilised them, and now I'm going to do the harvest. But like I say, it's their harvester. Once the harvest's done, harvester goes back. It's not mine, don't own it. It's just there to be used, which is marvellous, really. So I'm quite enjoying it. I've said right from the word go, I love this map. It's brilliant, really, really nice map. There's been a lot of talk from various different people actually on my comments on Facebook. I've had some direct messages from different people and stuff as well, asking me questions about kind of YouTubing, and it's a tricky one. It's an interesting question to ask, and it's somebody asked me, how do you decide what map to do, how do you decide what you're going to cover, that kind of thing. And it's a difficult one, because I want to do maps and play the game so I enjoy it. That's kind of a big part of it. If I don't enjoy it, there's not really much point, you know. It becomes a job then, and it's not fun, you know. It needs to be fun. I need to enjoy what I'm doing. So how do I decide? It just comes down to, everyone's got their own style of gameplay, everyone's got their own sort of maps they like. The thing you'll find with YouTubers as well is, you know, other than the fact that it depends if you're just YouTubing for fun. When I first started, I just put up videos, I was enjoying putting up videos, I never thought the channel would really do anything, just it was a case of, I'm having fun doing this, let's make a few videos. As your channel starts to grow, and you know, and at the end of the day, when you look at the bigger YouTubers out there, not just on Farming Simulator, but all different platforms, all different styles, whether they're vloggers, whether they're doing makeup videos, whether they're doing DIY video, whatever it might be, bushcraft videos, you know, everything on YouTube, anything you want to watch, there's something for you to see. If you ever get to a point where you can do it as a job, where you can actually make money, and you're making your living doing it, you become a full-time YouTuber, things do change a little bit. You do still want to maintain the fun element, you want to enjoy doing it, you want it to be entertaining for people that are watching, but you're also in the back of your mind, and unfortunately it's a kind of byproduct of that thing. You know that you need to get views, you need people to watch your videos, you want people to enjoy them and to keep coming back. So you have to think about how you try and keep your channel fresh, how you try and keep it interesting. How do you stand out from the crowd? What's your niche? What makes you different? You know, and all those things. It becomes more of a kind of business thing. You have to think more like a business. You know, you always there's that risk that if you treat it too much like a business, and it's all about making money, you lose that element of fun, you lose that passion, you lose that enjoyment. because it then just becomes a worry every month that I've got to make money, I've got to make money. That said, regardless of all of that, you still want people to watch your videos, and when maps come out, there will be certain maps, and it's just the nature of, you know, people are modding maps, they're making mods, it's not just map making, and for whatever reason some maps will do better than others, whether it is just the way they're put together, the style of the map, whatever it might be. So people will naturally lean towards a certain map, a certain type of map. Now, I could have played any of the new maps that came out, absolutely I could have, and there's an argument that YouTubers, especially on Farming Simulator, whatever game it might be, should be giving some of the, not smaller, that seems a bit patronising, but some of the guys that have put maps out there that aren't particularly, people aren't necessarily playing on their maps, or there aren't many YouTubers playing on their maps, you know, you should be giving them a shot, you should be playing on their maps. And that's what I'm saying, you've got that, it's a real balancing act, because you absolutely, you could do, you know, Daggerwin, you know, all the guys all the way down, you know, Landy Kid, Virtual Farmer, you know, there are so many guys out there doing it, and that's just the English speaking ones. There are guys doing it in French and German and, you know, American. Sorry, I'm joking. And you could do a map to highlight a map that no one else is really doing, but then you run the risk of, are people going to watch it? Are they just going to watch it because it's you, or are they going to watch it for the map? If it's a map people aren't interested in, they don't want to play it, they're not really fussed, then they're not going to watch, and that's where you've got that dilemma. You know, that's when you start thinking, how do I choose this? I've often steered clear of big American maps because it's just not my style, it's not my thing. That said, I did Lone Oak and loved it. There are a lot of people out there that argued it wasn't technically like a big, like Mustang Valley and some of those huge wide open expanse maps. So I think each YouTuber has their own style, their own type of map they like to go for. I know Virtual Farmer likes the smaller maps, you know, not smaller, but for using smaller machinery, and you know, I think he goes down more the British route, and you know, Irish maps, Scottish maps, those kind of things. So yeah, it's all things you have to kind of factor in when you're deciding. I know I've waffled on a little bit, and I don't know if that's answered anyone's questions. It's that kind of insight into what you do, how you do it, and why you do it, and it's a tricky one. It does become a balancing act, you know, because at the end of the day, do you want people to view your videos or not? If you don't, then why are you putting videos up? You know, at the end of the day, you can still want to do it for fun. But the point of YouTube is for people to see what you're doing. If people aren't watching them, you know, when I started out, sorry, this is because I haven't been on here for quite a while, and there's been a lot going on the last week, and I was on holiday and I did my vlog videos, and I've got so much to say. I just want to spill it all out and say everything. Lost my thread completely. Yeah, when I started out, there we go, I remember now, I wasn't getting many views. You know, that was the thing. I was hoping I would. I was putting out stuff I was enjoying doing, and I don't think at that point I ever thought I would become a YouTuber. I just thought I would put out some videos that you know, my kids would watch, or family members or whatever. I never thought it would become something I would do or get better at. It's taken me a while to get to this point. It's been, what, knocking on 3 years now to get to this point now, and it's been an incredible ride. And I know I've said this in other videos and other Let's Plays, and every now and again it comes back around because I get new subscribers and I get people asking me the question that they might not have seen the previous videos where I've talked about it. And it's an amazing journey, it's an amazing thing. I have had interactions with people all around the world that I never thought I would. I've learnt so much from different subscribers and people that have contacted me. I've learnt more about farming from actual farmers who watch my videos, and that still boggles my mind. It blows my mind that actual farmers go out and do this day in, day out. They'll either be in their cab watching while they're doing work, or they'll come home and watch my videos. That still, it blows my mind that happens. I've had guys watching, people all around the world watching that are in the armed services, and people doing what I consider to be real jobs, proper stuff, policemen, firemen, ambulance service, EMTs in the US, and United States Marine Corps, British Army, all over. And that fascinates me. It's incredible, and people talk to me about their lives and what they do, and I think it's brilliant learning about people all around the world and what they do and how they interact with this game and what they get from it. It's fantastic. So what we're going to do now is, I think, set the worker off. I've got kind of I'll say a rectangle, there's a bit I've missed up here. I'm going to get the worker going on this. What we'll do is we'll whiz over. I think we'll sort the horses out now, because I don't want to overrun and think at the end of the episode, oh, I didn't do what I said I was going to do. And then we'll get that bale wrapper and we'll get over to field 13 and 14 and we'll get the bales wrapped. I think that's probably the way around we're going to do this. Oh, that was it. Is it MC? Where is it? Is it MC Engineering? I think it was. Offered me a bucket. I've done a bit of refurbishment work on it. So I'm going to get a bucket because we need to clean up the chickens over at Southview's farm. Because they are producing eggs now. We have got one box, but the feed area is getting quite messy, so we need to sort that out. Let's see if I can tidy this edge up as well. So I say I'll see you in a minute. I've waffled on enough. Let's get some more jobs done. Quick top up, fertiliser and seed. Use my seed first that was left over from before. Fill up the front tank. Cool. Right, livestock market. Let's get these horses sorted. I need to get the armour track back over. Actually, we'll probably need another front loader. We've got one at the main farm, one here at the store for loading up seed bags. But if we're going to use the armour track over at Southview Farms more predominantly for looking after the chickens, Which I suppose that can go backwards and forwards whenever it needs to. Hopefully the resolution in the divorce settlement between the Lord of the Manor will come very, very soon. And we'll be able to sort out the stables there for Barris, and we'll be able to sell the eggs, and we'll be able to sell milk and all the other things. So that will all, it's on its way. I think it's in testing as far as I'm aware. If you've been following along with the Let's Play, the kind of narrative of it. So yeah, fingers crossed the update will go live and we'll be able to sort out a few things. Certain contracts I've been holding off on for that very reason. Right. This does take horses, doesn't it? Yeah. This was the modded one. Top and cover. Marcus here at the livestock market is very amenable with the use of the trailer and stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, they're selling livestock. We can kind of borrow, loan, lease this trailer off them. They're still making money because they're selling the livestock they need to sell. So we want horses. Now, so I have been told that that pen will only take one. It won't allow a second horse, so I don't know how this is going to pan out. So we want a black horse for Farmer Foley, and we want a Palomino. We'll check the names of those later on. At the moment, we might just stick with the names they've got, actually. Unless Farmer Foley comes up with, if he's going to be using them for horse racing, they might have particular names he would like. So, yeah, if you have got particular names, let me know, then we'll change the names on them. Yeah, racing horses need to have decent names, don't they? Right, let's confirm that. They look tiny in there, don't they? Let's see how we get on. It's only 3:30, but I get the feeling it's sort of the sun's already starting to dip. It's a little bit hazy on the horizon. Now I realise for some people they find the subscriber contract Let's Plays a little bit more tricky to follow and that kind of thing, and they're not frantic's not the right word, but there's a lot more going on, more multitasking. I think when I started off there wasn't, because obviously there wasn't as much I could do, but now we're juggling more and more stuff, which you'll find with any farm you do. The more things you do, if you do all of the livestock, if you're doing pigs and cows and sheep and horses and crops, and you know, making all the feed you need for all those animals as well, you're having to juggle and multitask lots and lots of things. So it kind of sometimes it comes across a little bit bitty. I'm bouncing around all over the place, but realistically it's what you've got to do. Right, this car's taking forever. I don't really want to overtake and unduly stress the horses, so I will see you over there in a minute when we finally get there. We'll unload them, we'll get them fed, we'll sort out later on exercising them for today, I think, but let's just get them there first. So as you can see, all of field 19, or most of field 19, has been mowned, and is ready to be tedded, windrowed, baled, whatever I'm going to do with it. Let's, I think this needs to, if I haven't opened it already. Oh, it's open already. Don't remember doing that. So I can back this round. Okay, let's move them. Harry and Garris. What weird names. Harry and Garris. Think of racehorse names maybe that we can go with those. Go Bomber Garris. That might be quite funny. I don't know if we get away with that. What about Harry? I suppose you could have just Prince Harry, couldn't you, if you wanted to? Anyway, regardless, let's move them both. Well, it says it's letting me. They're both in there. Let's close this up so they don't get away. There we go. Right, so feed and water. They're going to need hay. They're going to need... Oh, they need oats as well, don't they? And water. Right. Let's just check. Chickens are doing alright. Yeah, productivity's dropped. Sheep are doing alright. Yeah, water, straw, oat and hay. But again, I suppose what I need to do as well, probably whiz back over to Southview Farms, Southview Farm, and grab the Fleagle trailer that we bought, because that's a little bit small. That's going to be easier to manhandle. So what I'll do is I'll take this trailer back to the livestock market. On the way back past Southview Farms, I'll pick up the Fleagle, and then we'll be able to do smaller amounts of feed for the horses with that. The worker is still getting on with the seeding on field 15, probably not far off finished by now, unless that's already popped up and I missed it. That's always possible, isn't it? I've grabbed a bucket. It was from Mr. Engineer, not MC Engineering. I was thinking of MC Haulage, I think, but I don't know if it's the bucket he said we were going to be getting. I think it might be. But anyway, we can clean up the feed area now, which is great. Check that back in. There we go. The front loader is from over at the store at the moment, but that's not the end of the world. We'll sort out another one at some point. I think if we get another fertilising contract on field 1, they pay about 10 grand, so I think the front loaders are about 8,000, aren't they? Something like that. Down there. And we'll grab the Fleagle trailer. There are chickens everywhere. Right. Just close your eyes, alright? Pretend I haven't... No, that went between the wheels. That one definitely went between the wheels. Definitely. Right. Let's get these horses sorted. So, first things first, I've just converted the trailer down from 3 sides, or 3 panels to 2, so it's down to 11,000 litres, 10,000 something. Literally just did it, I think I remember. We're going to use the mighty Armour Track. First things first, I think we're going to get oats. At least if we actually go under the pipe, we'll get oats. Don't know how many they're going to take. Okay, we got a little bit there. We'll fill it up. What we don't need we'll bring back, which is fine. 11,300. And it was something like that. We'll grab the front load of forks, and we'll pick up. We'll do 1 bale, I think, to start off with. We'll take 1 bale over with us, so we can do the hay and we can do their oats. And then we'll come back and do straw and water. Just worried about this tipping up. I don't want to take 2 bales and the whole thing go flying, you know. Oops. Yeah, this is the long forks, isn't it? Really shouldn't be on this one. Scrub. I don't know if one's going to be enough, is it? Well, as long as they've got some feed, I can come back and do it off screen if I need to do the rest. Can't I? Not even straight on. Come on, MrSealyp. Sort it out. Because I've been doing logging for the last 3 episodes. I've forgotten how to farm. Farm and forestry solutions. Right. That's a big set of forks, that's for one bale, but... Let's drop it down. Yeah, that is heavy. So once you get the trailer on the back, that will balance this out. You don't hit the massive, the bale on the way over. This is proving difficult to steer. Those back wheels are barely touching the ground. There we go. That's better. Now we're planted. Right, let's go. Get that down a bit. There's probably way too many oats for 2 horses. I did it on Ravenport and I can't remember what I initially put in. And I'm thinking now it probably took 2 bales, didn't it? It's probably the bale's just going to be a drop in the ocean, it will disappear. I've got to remember which side the bale goes. Let's start off with that, shall we? Open that up. The hay's going to be this side, isn't it? Or is that the straw? Thank you. Let's disconnect that. The horses are in the way. Move, horses. I'll put it down here first. I don't think it's this one. I think that's... What could be? Nope. Of course it's the other one. Right where the horse is standing. Great. There we go. Right, that's the hay. Like I say, I don't think that's going to even come close to filling it. Yeah, it'll take 2 bales, that's all right. Come back for another. It's going to be slightly trickier. I think we might have to do this by bucket in future. Once it's filled up the first time, as it starts to go down, filling up by bucket's going to be far easier. Something smaller than a great big trailer like this. I mean, this is a smallish trailer, I guess, as well. Because I thought it seemed silly bringing this over from the chickens when I've already got a trailer, but that other trailer is huge. Anyway, there we go. Why does that not come up with the option to tick? Oh, is it the other side as well? Of course it is. Oh. Making a right old meal of this. There we go, that's better. These horses are amazing. It's like they can change their molecular structure. We didn't take all of it, that's good. So it's just straw and water now. Close that back up. Don't want them disappearing, do we? They seem happy enough, don't they? Right, I'm going to go and get on with this. Oh, let's take the forks with me, shall we? Oh dear. Later on I'll think, what did I do with them? I left them somewhere. Yes, you did. That's ridiculous. They're huge, aren't they, for the armour track? You know those senior moments I keep having? I can't remember where I left the water container, because I left it in the sheep pen by the water trough, because that was the sensible and obvious place to leave it, right up until I needed it, and then it really wasn't the most obvious place. I bought 2 straw bales over, and I'm thinking that's going to be too many. Now you can fill up the water. I think when I did the mod review on this, inside the pen you've got the little hazard box just here, around the bathtub. You can turn that hazard box off if you want to, but you can fill up from outside as well, because as you saw the thing just came up for it, so you don't have to come inside to do that bit. Let's see, it's water fill up. I didn't say very much at all, that's good. I'm thinking what we're going to do, because it's going to tip up now, let's put that as close to the ground as we can, disconnect that. I think what we'll do, we'll drop 1 bale, remove the coils, do 1 bale at a time if we can. Now this should go on the other side, I think. If we get that low to the ground, that should lower the... There we go. Should avoid it tipping as badly. Should. Well, I'm doing really well at this today. Go. So we should now, for our horses, be good for water, straw, oats, and hay. We'll just need another bale. We'll go and get one, because I'm going to be doing more loose hay. It's not too much of a problem, because I can use loose hay to feed the sheep as well, so we're going to be good there. Okay, so Harry and Garris are all good. They are going to need some exercise. We'll do that later on. I've got silage bales to sort out. So, we have them. That's the main thing. They're in, they're fed, they're watered, they're safe. That other bale, I'll just leave that there actually. Might as well. Well, actually, I'll move it over. But and then they've got one here ready to put another one in when they need it. Lovely. It's funny, I just one of those weird thoughts in your head. You know that saying, horses for courses? That literally is that. They're horses for courses. Never mind. Moving swiftly on. Right, we have got bales to wrap. That's the next job. We'll take this up here. Actually, no, we don't want to take this up here. The baked beans back. Field 15 is done. I just looked on the map before I came over here. Farmer Eric's field of corn is ready to harvest, but that's going to be in the morning now. What time is it? 4:15. Oh no, I don't know, maybe we can get it done today. Possibly. I'm just going to park this up, I think, in the bunker silo. Yeah, maybe we'll get it done today. Not in this episode, but hopefully before nightfall. And we've got our first growth stage on our sugar beet field on field 18. So that's going to need fertilising again at some point. So everything's ticking over nicely. So as far as wrapped bales go, silage bales, I've got a couple of contracts on those. When we get over with the bale wrapper, I'll just explain a couple of those. One will be able to complete, I think, today. The other one's going to be using some of the bales, I would imagine, off of field 19. But we'll see how we go with that. Let's disconnect that first and drop that down. There we go. Not going to use this for wrapping, I don't think. Probably use the massive Ferguson, I think. Yeah, I'll take this back up to the fertiliser spreader because it works very well on that. Actually, no, what we'll do, sorry, I know I'm all over the shop, I'm just saying thought, what we'll do, if we are going to be doing fertilising on sugar beets, let's put this on, let's repair that first, customise it, and let's get narrows on. There we go. Don't want to do any damage to anything, I don't want to take the chance. We'll get that sorted. Delirious, another great day on the farm, living her best life. Well, other than with her owner Rob, of course, but you know, she's doing alright with me at the moment. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Right, I'm going to see you over there. I'm trying to think, what should I do? Take the Massey Ferguson, take that trailer. Yeah, just moving things around the farm as I kind of do things, rather than going backwards and forwards. If I can move multiple bits of equipment to where they need to be, I'll do that. So I can kind of take the trailer part way back, at least to the store. I leased the bale wrapper. Did I lease it or buy it? Hang on. Let's check our garage. I don't think I bought it, did I? Oh, I did buy it. That was interesting. So, okay. Our bale wrapper. That's right, because I was going to get the round baler wrapper, and I thought if we've already got a baler that we can use from Bearded Farms, I remember now. Yes, I see I'm confusing myself. There you go, so first growth stage over here. Lovely. Okay, so as we get to field 13, we have got that one errant straw bale here. The grass is all started to grow again already. Blimey, it doesn't hang about, does it? Let's open this up first of all. So as far as silage bales go, I've got a contract here for Stav Farms, and it says, we'll go and tap very quickly before we start doing this. Where are we? I'm from Stav Farms Limited from the next village. I require 20 silage bales. I will pay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. It says if completed on time, I need them by. Oh. Stay. Nope, missed the deadline. I will throw in a pressure washer. We've already got one. They've got one spare at their yard. Okay. So it says, I've had a word with my accountant and he's told me he can offer up to £55,000. what we'll do is we'll do the silage bales and we'll sell them as silage bales. Whatever we make is whatever we make off this contract. That's how I'm going to do it. That's the best way of doing it. So that's, yeah, so that's for Stav Farms. That's for 20 bales. I've got a contract for 200 silage bales from Ben, which I'm going to have to do a few of those at a time. But this is the one that's interested me. This is from Harag, and this is a fantastic one. What we'll do, let's just get this first one wrapping while we're doing this. If you're new to Farming Simulator 19, you haven't used this before, the square bale wrapper, this is a brilliant bit of kit, the coon. Love it. Yeah, so this says, I'm Harag and I've been awarded part of the New Forest just down the road from you to set up my new business venture called Mazdrak Entertainment. Drop down to it. We'll go on to the next one. I'm setting up a paintballing area and we're currently nearing completion of building wooden forts and defence areas for the combatants to run around in. We've come up with some alternative walls and we would like you to supply them for us. We currently need around 15 to 20 wrapped bales in each different colour. So the different wraps. So pink, green, black and white, isn't it? I believe there are 4 colours available. So between 60 to 80 bales, 15 to 20 of each. I'm hoping the contract will be repeated at a later date once we see how it goes with these on the battlefield. I love that. It does say their carpenters are nearly finished building forts and he's willing to send them round to us to build a hayloft for the cost of the bales. We've already got a hayloft now, so we'll just take the money for the bales, I think. I'm hoping these terms are acceptable, and if you agree to take on this contract, yours sincerely, Harag. I think we probably will. So what we'll do is we'll get the ones for Stav Farms, we'll get 20. And then whatever we get off of that next, because I'm going to do white bales first, will be the first 15 or 20 for Harag. And then we'll change the wrap colour and we'll do another 15. I think we'll probably do 15 of each to start off with. And then we'll change the wrap again, we'll do another 15 and so on. And we'll complete Harag's and then we'll start on Ben's, because Ben's is 200, that's a lot of bales, and that's going to require me doing another run on field 19 at some point. So that may be one I'll do off screen later and I'll show them stacked up and that kind of thing, because obviously once you've seen me doing silage bales once or twice, after that it's going to get a little bit boring. That's a good point as well, actually. I need to do loose into the bunker silo, because we're going to need silage to make total mixed ration for the cows. So as well as contracts, I'm going to have to do loose. So yeah, I don't know the best way of going about that. Yeah, we'll sort something out. I suppose I could do a silage harvest, couldn't I? I'll speak to Farmer Eric, because I'm pretty sure it's part of his contract. Once I've done the corn on Farmer Eric's field, on field 21, he said I could use the field for my use. I'm sure he said that. If he did, then maybe we could put a crop in that and we could harvest it for silage. That might not be a bad idea, so we could do a big silage harvest. Yeah, that might work. I want to get cows in as soon as possible, and obviously it's taking a little bit longer than I was hoping. But this is not a bad wrapper. I know the round baler wrapper, obviously bales and wraps all in one go. And then obviously we've got the end of the month, we've got the Anderson DLC coming out, and there's more wrappers, and there's more baling equipment, and there's the bio baler, and there's a log trailer. There's the silage sausages, which are really interesting. I can't wait to have a go with those, where you put the bales in and it kind of wraps them almost like a sausage. It kind of extrudes them, and you keep putting bales in one end and it wraps them and pushes them all out the other end. And I think generally speaking they're left by the side of a field like that. You don't stack them or anything. I've seen it done on Millennial Farmer on his channel. They did it with crops, and it was this brilliant bit of machinery that they put their corn into, and it did the same thing. It kind of wrapped it and extruded it all at the same time, because they ran out of room in their silos. So it was kind of an artificial silo. Amazing thing. So I'm going to carry on with this. I'm thinking now, time-wise, I'll carry on wrapping these. Start of the next episode, I think we're going to be able to then sort out at least Stav Farms contract. That's not the one to go that way, is it? I need to get that a better angle. There we go. Stav Farms contract will be able to complete. Straight away we'll be on part of Harag's. I need to TED Field 19, at least part of it, because I need hay. What I'm going to do is do as much of it as I can and fill up the hay loft, which will be 250,000 litres. Once I hit the 250,000 litre mark, then the rest of that field will be baled. So it's kind of an odd way around of doing it, but I'm going to have to do it that way. That's probably the best bet. We've got potato harvest to do on field 3 for Battersby Farm. We've got the corn harvest now to do on field 21 for Farmer Eric, because that's ready to harvest. So like I've said loads of times before, there's loads more to come. I've got all these contracts to finish off. Haven't even started on the logging contracts. I've also got a couple of contracts, one for field 11, one for field 5, where different farmers have asked me can I go in, and one was for a cover crop, one's for I think more sugar beet. So yeah, there's loads coming up. No shortage of jobs to do and more money to be made. So I think with that being said, as you can see, field next door 14 is also baled, grass bales. We'll wrap those too. We've come to the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know it's a little bit crazy, it's a little bit manic. I'm enjoying playing on it. I'm enjoying the organisational side of it. It's like farm manager. It's, you know, awesome. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. If you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.